Hey guys, my name is Pierre from Can Am Spyder Accessories.com and welcome to the Spyder Shop. Welcome to your Spyder Shop. In this video, we're going to be doing the installation of an airflow seat cover for your Can Am Spyder, and we're working this time on an F3 Limited. You ready? I'm ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. A little Spyder Shop tip: if you get a chance before you do your installation, take your seat cover and put it in the sun for about 60 minutes. That's going to help when we need to stretch it out. The material is going to be able to be more flexible. For all the advantages of the airflow seat covers, there's a ton of video out there that I've done. So in this video, we're going to concentrate on the installation. Once installed, your airflow seat cover is going to look a little something like this. It looks amazing, beautiful, dark, rich black. And don't forget, it is a two-piece, so we're going to be working on both the passenger and the rider separately. To get things started, we're going to remove your passenger backrest and we're going to work on the seat for the passenger. That's going to give us more room to be able to get in there. You're going to need a Torque 20 screwdriver, and you got 2 screws to remove, one here and one here. To remove the passenger seat, you're going to take your key, you're going to push down and turn right, and it's going to unlock the latch that's on this side. My seat covers were already installed on both seats, so I'm going to take 2 minutes, go ahead and take those off, and then we're going to start the installation from scratch. Your seat covers have been identified front and rear, so go ahead and get the one for the rear. So here's the way that I'm going to be putting this one on. So I like to slip it on this way. You want to put, well, what is the front of the rear seat first. Nice and easy there. And you know, the Velcros are going to want to come back together there, so just make sure you pull them out of the way all the time if you can. And yeah. Here we go. Again, the Velcros are sticking together. So here's the other front part. Okay. And then we can stretch the back. Again, I've got some Velcro here. All right, here we go. These two parts here, they need to be on the tip so you have enough stretch to go all the way at the back. You have 2 rows that are going to go from left to right. You got one at the bottom here, right underneath these 2 pins right there. And you got one right at the top. So go ahead and get these on for now. You don't need to stretch them in too tight. See, I've got a little bit of play there. So don't overkill bringing all that material in here. You don't need to. Same thing for this one here. And then you've got 2 on each side here. You got one on the right hand side, one on the left hand side. They're gonna go from the front to the back. And I got them here. And the other one right here. So these will go on the outside of the pins there. So on the outside. And go ahead and get that. And this one, when you pull it in, you got to leave these plastic well, forks, we'll call them forks, I don't have a better word for them. You gotta leave these plastic forks available. So when you pull in the Velcro, you gotta pull it in tight in this place here because you don't want too much material between these two seats when we go back on the Can Am Spyder. So you gotta pull that in there. Do the same on the other side. Perfect, and it's going to look a little something like this on this side. See, two plastic parts are still visible right here. Before we go back on the bike, the Velcro that's right here, see how loose that is? I've put it, as long as the material is back in, you don't need to go too tight. If you go too tight, you're actually, going to have this at this height, and it's going to act like a springboard when you try to put this back on the bike. So as long as I have it in, I try to put it a little bit loose so it's actually lower right here. Put that one aside and let's go get the rider's seat. It's been a long day, a really long day. To be able to remove the seat, you're going to need an impact drill, you're going to need an extension about 6 inches, and you're going to need a 10mm socket wrench. The two bolts that you're going to be removing, you got one on both sides, you've got one right here and one right there. If you're not sure which way it goes, just remember that you have one strap that goes from left to right, and you've got two straps that go from the front to the back. So, and when you look at it carefully, you can see that it's much more narrow up top and it's much wider in the back. So the way your seat is made, it is wider in the back and more narrow at the top. So it goes in this way. So just drop it in there, pull your straps. Again, start with the top. Bring it over, and then start wrapping the sides, making sure your Velcros are always available. And you can start with the one that goes from left to right. Secure that, and then you can start doing the other ones, bringing in your seat all the time. And then just do the ones on the right hand side. And then the left hand side. And then you can just go around and then just make sure everything is tucked in. We're going to install the rider seat first, of course. So here's a Spyder Shop tip. When putting the passenger seat back in, it can be a little bit hard. You've got additional material there. So the trick is, if you're sitting on the bike, it's on the right hand side because your clip is right here. The pin that goes down is right there. So as you saw before, I got my hand in here, and this is where I pushed forward with a bit of strength there. So the pin went in the hole and then just went right down. Let's put back that passenger backrest. If you're having issues putting it back, don't forget, see in the back, you've got two plastic clips there, and you've got two holes right here. The clips need to go in the holes. If you line those up, it's going to be a lot easier. That was easy enough. That was the installation video for the Airflow seat cover, this time on an F3 limited Can Am Spyder. Now if you like these videos and you want to encourage us, you need a cover, you know where to go. You go on Can Am Spyder Accessories.com. That's Can Am Spyder Accessories.com. Hey guys, that's the Spyder Shop. My name's Pierre. Until next time, I'm out. Oh yeah, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment.